Hi, Virgo. Welcome. Welcome back to Heretic Owl Tarot. We're talking about September already. Crazy. Is today? I think today is the first day of Virgo season. Happy birthday to you, August and September Virgos. These cards are very excited to get started. I don't know if I'm early. I mean, you know, you're always right on time, right? It doesn't really matter, but I could not, like, I felt like I kept getting pushed to do this reading. So, I mean, I'm grateful for that. I will happily sit down and do a reading. So just a couple things before we get started. Cards are already clearly ready to talk. You know, I ask for consent. We're all about consent on this channel. So anytime I use a deck for these readings, for personal readings, I ask it if it even wants to do the reading. And no joke, there was four other decks that all said no. No, three other decks that all said no. And this one, when I started shuffling it, the Sun and the Ten of Cups came out. So I was like, okay. Clearly, uh-oh, that's my dog. Obviously, right? Like, what else would that be? That's barking. So, just a couple things up front. I am starting to offer personal readings, more one-on-one. There's a couple different options. My website, I'll have the information for my website listed below. I'm just going to say Ziggy is my hype man, even though he's not like barking at anything I'm doing. But yeah, so there's a couple options on my website for personal readings. And I'm hoping it kind of goes smoothly. Like, you never know with, you know, the scheduling app and all of that. So anyway, all of the information will be listed on there. I have a couple other options on my Etsy. Those are like really short, like one card or yes or no options. I don't know. I might just put those on my website just to make it easier, so it's not like in two different places. But we love options, right? So I just want to put that out there. And that's it. So, okay. We're going to shuffle with a bit more intention here. We're looking for a message for Virgo for September. Virgo. September. There we go. All right. Interesting. Did this happen to you guys before? I don't know. We'll keep it out. We have the Ten of Pentacles, which was one of the cards that flipped over, flipped out or something at one point. Okay. The Five of Pentacles, the World, Judgment. Wow. Seven of Wands and the Four of Pentacles. And then we have the Five of Wands at the bottom of the, okay. Ooh, Virgo. No wonder why I was like kind of feeling that push to do your reading. Let me make sure everything is yeah, okay. Very interesting here. If you haven't already, check out the Virgo season reading. I believe the world was actually in the same placement, like the same spot in that reading. But, okay, should we look at this? You ready? Oh, it's the Seven of Swords. Okay, I love this actually because it just like it feels like there's a lot of anxiety going on here. And you know how our earth signs, how we love change, right? I'm being sarcastic. I'm a Taurus sun, a Virgo moon, and a Cancer rising. So, you know, I mean, Virgo, right? Like we have to analyze. I say we, okay. I still have the card of Virgo here. I analyze, right? But yeah, you know, it's like you have to be able to see all of the paths, all of the branches off the tree, you know, every single option that is available before almost, you know, proceeding forward with whatever it is. And it's interesting because we have earth and fire out on the table. I mean, this is air, of course, with swords, but these cards, we have earth, 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 fire, fire, fire. So it's like, you know, your motivation, what you're doing, how you're doing it. How are you communicating? Are you actually communicating? And then it's, you know, your 3D world. It's your job. It's how you make your money. It's, you know, how you spend your time, how you invest your time. I will always bring up the physical body when there's pentacles on the table. So this could even have to do with your health. And of course, we're going to get into every card. I don't know if I want to mention it now or... With this Seven of Swords coming out, it's kind of, it's like, I always see the Seven of Swords as being the card of fooling yourself. These are those limiting beliefs, you know, the self-sabotaging stuff, those stories that live in our egos that tell us why we can't do a thing, why we don't deserve a thing. You know, it's all of that shit that prevents us from going after the stuff that we want. So I love that this came up because it kind of seems like a lot of what's happening in here is literally just in your head. And it's a matter of addressing that, like, you know, recognizing that it's there and working through these limiting beliefs. So we start with the Ten of Pentacles, which is amazing. You know, the Ten of Pentacles is success. It's legacy, family, community. Everybody has enough, right? Like you have enough for yourself, but you have enough for everybody else. We have this little image of a family here. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to do with family or romantic relationship. It can be platonic. Like I said, it could be your community. It could even be the place where you work, where you spend a lot of your time. But the 10 is the completion, right? Like you have reached a level of success that you were striving to accomplish. This is that sense of accomplishment. This could even be what you want. Like this could be the dream, right? Or this could be the goal. And we have judgment down here. And judgment talks about transformation. It's literally the card before the world. So it's that space and time where the experiences that we have, or the experiences that we went through, cause that shift. It doesn't have to be something huge, right? I mean, it could literally be a perspective change. But it's, you got what you needed from the journey, and the world is like, now this phase is ending so that a new phase can begin. And I love that, there's this door opened here. So, I mean, literally, like, doors are opening. I even, like, it's even kind of cool how this even looks like a portal. And, they're like walking through it. I mean, this could be a job opportunity. It could be a promotion. Again, like with your health, there could be some sort of change in your health. And I always want to say that it is for the better. I mean, the Ten of Pentacles would say that that it is for the better. We move on to this Five of Pentacles here, though. And, the Five of Pentacles talks about lack, scarcity, not having enough or feeling like you don't have enough. There's this, kind of abandonment type feeling here. This could be what has become like the rule, right? Like, this could be what you have come to expect. Out of whatever, like out of your relationships, out of, just not getting what you need or want out of a job or out of relationships, whether it's platonic or romantic. Not feeling good in your body, And the Seven of Wands down here talks about being defensive, like really having to stand your ground, putting up a fight. Even, like kind of there's this feeling of like having to jump through hoops. I mean, that's not what they're doing, but that's just kind of like the feeling that I get. Now, if this Five of Pentacles is the energy that you are in or have been in, where, maybe you feel like you haven't had enough money, or there's not enough money coming in, or, this goal that you have for yourself, you're falling short on. This is saying, don't give up on it. The Seven of Pentacles is going to fight for their right to party. No, they're not going to go down without a fight, right? You know, like the Six of Pentacles, it's interesting, you know, because like the wands, it's like this constant kind of up and down type of, and that's very much life though, right? Like, you know, you try things, you see if they work, you see if you even like them, you know, you adjust as need be. Then on top of that, you have your friends or family, even yourself, that, you know, they're putting in their 2 cents or projecting their fears or doubts, or telling you, you know what, maybe you should maybe try something else. Maybe this isn't working out. You know, like that's what I feel like with the Seven of Wands, because I feel like the 6 wands that are generally coming at the person who's holding their 1 wand to defend themselves. I feel like those 6 wands are usually like other people's stuff. Like, you know, projections. That just might be because I'm also a 5/1 in human design. So I do have that projection field. But, you know, but it's other people inserting their opinion. It's unsolicited advice, you know, like it's not necessarily support, even though they probably think that they're being supportive. And that could even be, you know, like getting you down here. Because, you know, like again, with Virgo, right? That analyzing, the overanalyzing, the worry that comes along with it. It's kind of like you have thought about all of these worries, doubts, fears, right? Like that other people might be projecting, and it almost just kind of, you know, it muddies the water a little bit. But then we have the World and the Four of Pentacles. Again, you know, the World signifies the end of a cycle. Again, you know, it does not have to be something like magnificent and huge, like, you know, you quit your job, sell everything, and move to a different country. It could be that, absolutely. And if it is, take me with you. It doesn't have to be that, you know, like I said, it could be the end of a perspective, a way of thinking, a way of behaving, an old pattern of behavior, right? And we have it paired with the Four of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles generally talks about holding on a little too tight. Like this person, they're caressing this pentacle here. I hope this is focused. There's this pentacle here, balancing one on their head, and then they have one pentacle under each foot. So, you know, it's like trying to, for one, it's either, you know, like trying to keep too many plates spinning at one time, and you're stretched a bit too thin. This could also be fear-based, you know, like not wanting to loosen your grip a little bit because you're worried that if you do that, it's all going to go away. Let me just see what the book says. I don't know why I just got a feeling to... These are some of the few pentacles in the suit that do not glimmer. By hoarding his abundance, refusing to share or invest, the miser's wealth has become stagnant, self-diminished. Blind to his spiritual penury, he believes he has succeeded in his ventures. Take a lesson from this unhappy man. A dependent on the status quo will only leave you unprepared when change inevitably shakes you. Relinquish your grip. Let yourself go. I feel like that pretty much just like sums up this whole thing. Seriously, I probably could have just read that and kept this reading to like 1 minute. Because seriously, right? Like the world is saying that the way that you have been doing things, or even, you know, like a way that we've done things in the past, right? That did work. That's not going to work here. That's not going to work now. For this level of evolution or growth, you got to try something different. Whether, you know, that's putting yourself out there, you know, like going for the thing, almost, you know, like investing in the thing. Like if you feel like you need additional resources, like, you know, taking a course, taking an extended education class, or whatever, you know, like an online, whatever it is, right? It's investing in those things because you know that it's only going to benefit you in the long run. But this right here, like it feels like, yeah, and especially with these two cards in the middle. Okay, let me back up. Let me back all the way up, actually. Because that, you know, we go back to what I was saying with the Seven of Swords. This is all the shit that you're telling yourself. And, you know, it's preventing you from moving forward. I mean, this could be, of course, this could be somebody else. You know, because the Seven of Swords can also signify manipulation, narcissism, betrayal, sneakery. You know, it's kind of those ick type of energies. I don't generally like, I won't even entertain those type of things. Like, I just, like, I won't, you know. I told myself that the last corporate job that I left was going to be the last narcissist relationship I had ever been in, because every single one of my relationships had been with, I mean, they weren't officially diagnosed, but you know what I mean, right? Psychopaths. Anyway, so, you know, like I said, this could certainly be somebody within your orbit that's, you know, a little bird in your ear telling you a bunch of bullshit. That's just, it's not true. But like I said, it could also be you. It's also not true, okay? Regardless of how things went in the past, that has no bearing on how they're going to go in the future. And if anything, it was information. You know, like you learned something. Take something away from those situations, except for those limiting beliefs and I don't deserve, or I can't do it, or whatever, right? No, leave that. Because there is this, so, you know, if we were just to look at this top row, we have the 10 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles, and the World. So this, to me, like has this feeling of, you know, like juggling. Like going from the 10 to the 5, maybe back to the 10, but it's like, you know, it's ending. And if anything, this 5 of Pentacles would be the thing that would be ending. That could even just be a mindset of lack, or the mindset of scarcity. Every single Virgo that I know has figured it out. So yeah, this is not a good energy. It doesn't feel good, I should say, to be in. But it's also transitionary. It's not an energy to pitch a tent in and get stuck. It's something to allow yourself to move through. And, you know, the world is saying that this energy is coming to an end. And then we have this change, this major change, this transformation here. That maybe you've been putting a lot of time and energy into, and maybe it's something that you can't even let go. Maybe, you know, like you're kind of placating people in your life and you're like, yeah, no, I've let that go, or, you know, whatever the case. But it's like, you're still thinking about it. You're still kind of contemplating in your head, right? Like thinking, how can I get this to work? And this Four of Pentacles here, this is what's either preventing you from doing that, or again, it's old stuff. And this Four of Pentacles will prevent you, like it said in the book, from this major change actually reaching its potential. And we have this Five of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck with the Ace of Cups behind there, the Six of Swords. Yeah. So we have the Five of Wands. And this, like this does talk about conflict a little bit, because of course it's a 5, right? Like I was just saying with the Five of Pentacles, it's transitionary energy. And when I think about like the Five of Wands, I think about Mulan. And you know how like they're in warrior training, because that's what this is. This is experience. This is life kicking your ass a little bit, teaching you some things that you needed to know. Because we don't know what we don't know until we know it. Come on, rewind that. You know that makes sense. It's all information, right? And we have these experiences so that it can get us on to the next step. We have the Ace of Pentacles. This is new love. I mean, it could be romantic, but this is, kind of like feeling like your cup is full again, finding that love and that joy for a thing again. I mean, literally overflowing here, right? We have the Six of Swords, moving forward, crossing this bridge. We have the butterflies, which I always relate back to judgment also, because it's transformation. But this is, moving forward. 10 of cups, ultimate happiness. Loving what you do for work. With the Eight of Pentacles, the Emperor, being an authority in what you're doing. Confidence, right? Going for the things that you love. I mean, we could keep going here. We have the Queen of Cups here. Healing, compassion, but this is all stuff that you give yourself. With the Queens, the Chariot, things moving forward quickly. The Emperor is Aries. The Chariot is Cancer. So yeah, quit fooling yourself over here. Or at least if anything, feel this and do it anyway. The fear isn't necessarily going to go anywhere. It's just not, But allow yourself to take steps forward and drag this asshole with you. Unless it's another person who is being this asshole, leave them behind if you can. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for allowing me to read your cards. Bye.